maybe that's a little too high. Excuse me. And gosh, must have been that frog I was drinking before. Better welcome everybody on board.
Welcome.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very, very happy to have you on board. I really, really am. And today we're heading all the way over to Nebraska. It's the first time we've been to Nebraska to interview anybody, so we hope they survive. Really, we do. But in the meantime, we're going to be talking to Paisty Jenny, and believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated with this band. So let's kick it off with anything. So that gives us a couple of minutes to get to know each other. So after anything, we have one love, run to me, and hands up. Okay.
Nice. That's a good line.
Hands up, by the way, is your most requested track.
Really?
Yeah.
Of our songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. All your songs.
Anything. We see what we do is, and I've got to be honest with you guys, we take pride in saying we only play the best indie artists in the world. And we play you a lot. In fact, we get a lot of requests for you. 1,700 plus requests for anything alone.
Wow.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
But having said that as well, we're in every corner of the world. Literally, we're almost in every country, every English-speaking country. I hope that was a bit of backy. Was that a bit of chew?
Yes, it was.
Nice. Haven't seen somebody have some chew in a long time. Well done, my friend. I really, really love that.
Nebraska boys there.
Brilliant. You guys are up by Wyoming, aren't you?
Not too far, about 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
About a 7 hour drive. 7 hours.
All right. Well, that's about twice the distance to Australia and back.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's 3 hours to get there. As soon as you get there, you want to get back again.
Yeah, but that's by plane.
It's kind of the same thing as Wyoming.
You understand? Yeah, literally.
Iowa, if it makes any sense. We're very close to Iowa.
Okay. All right.
Kansas is 3.
Iowa.
Colorado.
Isn't that a there's an Indian
Don't ask
meaning for
me.
that name. I know the meaning for the name. I was told it. You see, guys, I was actually born in Phoenix.
And where? Phoenix?
Phoenix, yeah. My father was a Native American from Tucson.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
So he brought
One
me
of
to...
our producers, one of our producers lives down there.
Okay, well, I feel sorry
The one
for
that produced it, the one that produced anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he lives in Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Domestic tester out of college music, or domestic tester out of college. I think he might out of the Paisty Jenny song.
1700.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting warm.
That's right, if I turn the mic on, there I have now. But I've been doing this all day. I don't know why, but I've been forgetting to put the mic on anyway. But nice to have you on board, and really, really a pleasure to meet for the very first time. Of course, we're talking to Greg Lee, Stan, and Gabe from the band Paisty Jenny, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Almost said good morning, but of course it's evening over there. What, after 6 o'clock?
Yep, 6 o'clock. 6:30.
Nice.
6:30, it's almost done.
Nice. I'm loving the decor in the background. All of those framed discs up there. Do you want to give me a tour of that? What's this about?
Well, this is Paisty Jenny Central down here. This is headquarters. And, yeah, it's just a bunch of records that we've done over the years. We've got Detours and Detours Red and Spilling Mercury and Head in the Haze. And actually, a couple of them aren't up there. One of these is one of my early records. This Airstrike record is the first record I ever put out in my career way back in the day. So put out vinyl way back in the day. Just an evolution over the years. Greg started the band, and then he, put out some records. And this is about where Gabe and I came in, and we've got a couple more here. This is the one that Anything was you just listened to. Here's our latest record, and now we have new music out. Now we're getting ready to put out another one.
Well, believe me, I am absolutely fascinated with your band. I've been an engineer now for maybe about 47 plus years, and believe me, I've had the privilege of working with some of the biggest names in the world, and work not only as a front of house, but as a studio engineer as well, and some of the most prestigious. And it's not often, you see, I hear bands, I talk to bands every day. It's not often that I hear a band that I absolutely find fascinating, and I think Paisty Jenny is just that. Grabs my imagination, it really does. First of all, I got to ask you, Greg, where did you come up with the name for this?
I knew it. Well, she was a fair-skinned stripper that we all nailed in high school.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. That sounds like an Allison.
I've got some really good swampland for you somewhere in Florida.
Okay, maybe she might have been a cousin of Sheree Ellison, the lady that I knew.
Oh,
That's what we tell people.
That's the story we tell.
well, that's the fun one.
That's the fun one, the rock one, but I don't know. You know how it is, bands. Remember when bands were coming up with, and it had to have somebody's name in the name of the band? So Greg came up with the name, and we kind of like it. We've never heard anybody kind of close to that name or something. And so,
Well, here's the boring side of that story. So here in the States, there's a store, a company, which really isn't around anymore, are they? They're called J.C. Penney's is the name of the store, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar or heard of that or not.
Yep.
But, yeah, they're not around anymore. But anyway, I was walking into the mall one time when that store was still here. And it was the time when I was trying to come up with a name for the band. And it was just a twist on words. I was like, J.C. Penney, Paisty Jenny. That'll work. So that's the boring story. I prefer the stripper one.
Yeah, well, actually, I did too. I thought that was far more amusing. Well, unfortunately, this is live, and everything we do is live, so bugger. Anyway, we kicked the show off with...
we don't want the fans to know that we named the band after a clothing store.
Yeah, well, believe me...
Sorry, it's already late.
It's already done. It's out there right now, being broadcast around the world.
There went the 1,700 requests.
Well, if you want to go down the J.C. Penney road, let me take you down it with you. Do you remember William Shatner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I see in the news this morning that the Canadian government has asked him to recall his lingerie line.
What? Why is that?
Well, Shatner Panties isn't a good name, is it? So there's your J.C. Penney joke for you, right there. We kicked the show off. We kick the show off literally with anything. And believe me, we're getting a lot of requests for this, so I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me about this track.
About what? I'm sorry.
He wants to know about where the track.
Oh, the track itself?
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but I was driving home from work one day on my regular route, and it was actually on my birthday, and it just popped into my head, and by the time I got home from work, I basically had a melody in my head, and I had the first verse and chorus written in my head, and I was just singing it in the car the whole way. Got home, put it on my phone, brought it to the guys, we polished it up, and here we are.
Absolutely fantastic. As I say, I talk to a lot of bands and a lot of artists on a daily basis, I really do. I've found one thing, my friend, I really has, is the 5-second song, the 5-minute song, the one that's thrown together just that quickly, that easily, they have longevity. They tend to stand around a lot longer than any of the others. Some guys are working on songs for 10 years and they're there for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? The 5-minute songs, brilliant, absolutely. So tell me about One Love.
One Love. We kind of jammed on that for a while here over the last few months. It was in and out of ideas, I guess. I don't know. It was pieced together from a lot of different things.
A lot of different riffs. Like I bring guitar riffs to show Greg. Greg puts a chorus to them, and then Gabe puts some bass, and just kind of ingredients. Put different pieces and different parts put together. Kind of see those we did in Wisconsin last year, and we've been working with a new producer up there, and he likes to create songs organically. He doesn't necessarily need a whole song put together. We bring parts and put it together, and he's really good at it.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool process what we've been doing here lately, and that's kind of the way that song came together. We had it polished out the way we thought it would be or should be, and then when we brought it to him, he said, "Let's do this." And the next thing you know, it's like, what just happened? This is awesome.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
I love
can
that.
really make a difference.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, 2,100 plus requests for it so far, so believe me, it is being noticed all around the world. It really is. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Paisty Jenny, One Love. So how are we feeling, guys? We're good?
Yeah.
You bet.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. How many countries are tuned in?
161.
There's 161 countries tuned in right now.
Wow. Well, hello.
Barbara was doing the hello thing to herself at the time you said that. How many cities?
5949.
Okay. 5,949 cities. 50.
Wow.
Okay. Another one's just come in. Huh? Okay, round it up, 50. So that's not bad, guys. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Not bad at all.
Amazing.
Now, do I talk about the legacy?
Oh, we will afterwards.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
We need to put together a tour, a world tour or something.
Well, I want to talk to you about stuff like that later on after we do this, if it's okay with you, because I'd like to promote you guys a little bit more than what we can promote you, because we have other connections, if you know what I mean. So, and we only send, because we play the best of the best in this company, but we send the cherry on top to this other company to promote as well. So we'd like to talk about sending you guys to these guys.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, that'd be awesome.
It's got a lot of on-flow. Let's put it that way. And potential. It really, really does. And I'll let you know more about it.
What do you think of the songs?
I love them. As an engineer, as a DJ, you know, that's a bit of me. I'm all about that.
We try to have some strong guitar basses, guitars.
Yep.
If you're a guitarist, you'll like this band. Greg brings some good choruses, big anthem choruses that you can sing.
Big hooks.
Big hooks. And Gabe and our drummer lay down the beats. And if you like guitar solos, there's going to be a guitar solo on every song.
Nice, nice. Let's go to the desk, guys.
All right.
2100. 5,000 cities listed. Know what bands I've got. 1,000 cities in 168 countries. You know what I'm looking for, you know. Really simple.
You learned something that you got education yet. We'll go to people.
Well, that's what I gave them all, but I know there's
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Paisty Jenny coming out of Nebraska. Guys, are you guys drinkers? Do you like to drink?
Not anymore.
Gabe does, but I partake every now and then.
Okay, well, Gabe, maybe you might be able to answer this one for me because I'm kind of confused. If your country doesn't like you drinking and driving,
Right.
why the hell do they put car parks out the back of the pub?
I don't know. I do not know. Why do they have drive-through liquor stores?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know,
To make money.
yeah, that's about as...
Hey,
that,
I can't do guitar solos if I'm drunk.
well, okay, fair enough. I understand that. I really, really do. In fact, I know a few guitarists that would dispute that, but what the hell? Literally. But I understand about the drive-through liquor stores. That's about as ridiculous as a drive-through wedding chapel, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I do. First gear, out, gone. Gotcha.
The first one, and then you end up driving through the second.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the second one is the divorce court, isn't it? Just down the road?
Number three.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, I got it. Now, having said that, guys, maybe you guys might be able to come down to the bottom of a... Well, I'm trying to come to the bottom of a myth, right? I'm trying to figure this one out myself, literally. Is anybody here a vegan?
No, we're from Nebraska. We eat beef. We eat beef.
Okay, so you meatologist like me, right?
We're trying to eat all the cows that are eating the vegetables. We're trying to get rid of them.
Dear. Well, that'll put vegans out of sorts. But having said that, has anybody there tried a vegan sausage?
I have not.
No? Well, maybe you can't answer. I'm trying to figure out if they're made of real vegans or not.
That's only in New Guinea.
Fair enough. Well, not going to... Hey, look, honestly, you've heard of the product Johnson & Johnson, right?
Right.
Well, I had the dubious distinction of being able to interview one of the hierarchy of this particular company, and honestly, now these days, honestly, they will not return my calls. They won't answer my calls, texts, mail, anything, being blacklisted, because I simply asked them. All right, it's on the bottle here, on the label. It says baby oil. How many babies goes in?
Squeeze a lot of babies together.
Yeah,
It doesn't say.
I think I think it's 3 fat ones reduced down. Really, you never know. Brian Wayne Perry is on board. He goes, "What's good, Grant?" Well, not my humour. Really, it isn't. But maybe, you never know. People might run to me. Maybe not. You never know. Tell me about Run to Me, because this one is getting up there with the requests. Literally, you've round about 3,300 requests. So I think, can you tell me how come it's so successful?
You know what's really weird is that song was, in a lot of ways, was written and produced with the idea of getting some licensing for, particularly for like a movie soundtrack or something like that. That was kind of the direction we were going with that song. From a thematic standpoint, it's about, in life, people make mistakes, people screw up, and you go back and you can try to work it out, ask for forgiveness, and hopefully you can move on and it comes back to you. And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and it's just about making amends.
Absolutely love it. So you're right here at Galaxy. Joined today, coming out of Nebraska, is Paisty Jenny. Run to me. God, it's hot in here. It really is. Guy, is anybody here religious? Yeah, okay. It's just that I had something weird happen to me last Saturday. You see, I was working at my front grounds in my house, and I had a couple of people rock up, religious people, trying to knock on the door and said, you know the type. The ones that want a free beer and a free joint. You know the ones, right? Well, this old lady and old man sort of rock up to my gate, and they're looking over my fence, and they looked at me and went, "Have you found Jesus?" And I went, "What? Fuck, you lost him again?"
The cat or the dog. Hey, Brian.
Dear.
That's a good one.
Well, tell me then, you've obviously seen the Michelangelo painting of the Last Supper, right?
Well, sure.
Why the hell are they all on one side of the bloody table?
Just for the picture. Just for the picture.
Yeah,
For the painting.
Okay, well, Jesus, Michelangelo must have had them standing there for a long time. At the end of the night, you know what Jesus said, don't you?
What?
Hurry up, drink up, be merry, because tomorrow Judas is taking me to see 9 Inch Nails.
Oh. Oh.
He liked him so much he's nailed him in front of me.
Oh, dear. No, I'm not going to. Well, I'll tell you what, you remember Moses? He was the very first internet user in the world.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I've heard this.
Yeah, honestly, back in the day, don't forget it was a bad reception back then, so you had to get up high, right, to get a reception.
Sure.
Yeah, and he downloaded from the cloud.
That's right.
Yeah,
Tablet.
right onto his tablet, exactly. I mean, these guys are not going to want to come back, I tell you. Really.
Oh, yeah. Already.
Now I know why you've been on the air for so many years.
I used to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, really?
Now I sit down and do it.
That's good.
Oh, dear. No, seriously, I did used to be a stand-up comedian once upon a time.
Nice.
Oh, look, I was DJing at one place and I cracked a joke because I was just being, weird one night. This guy rocks up and he says, "Have you ever done this on stage live before?" And I went, "No." He goes, "Here's my card. I'll send a car." So the next Friday night he sent a car, took me down this dark alley down the back with a light hanging over this door. He just goes, "Go knock on the door." So I knocked on the door and the door opened up and this whole body filled up the whole door. And this big man bent down under and grabbed me. He goes, "Be funny." It just, that stuffed it. I'd never done it before. Come on, you can't do that to me.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And today I'm joined by Greg and standing by Gabe from the band, of course, Paisty Jenny. Unfortunately, Cody couldn't make it. He's out doing other shows. He's an engineer, I presume. He does, yeah, believe me, I've spent too many years doing that. Used to love setting up, hated breaking down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's the worst part of it.
Cody's pretty busy.
He's a talented sound engineer.
He's a really talented drummer and sound engineer.
Very, very cool. Well, I would love to meet him, maybe next time around or something like that, because, believe me,
Absolutely.
I can relate. I really, really can. One thing that I find as an engineer, and I think this is a curse for every engineer in the world, once it starts anyway, is you start listening to other people's music and trying to figure out how the engineer broke it down and how they constructed it. You know what I mean? And it's just an absolute nightmare, because I really find literally that every song I listen to, I'm trying to figure out the mind of the engineer and how it was all put together, how the band formulated everything to be able to put it together, you know what I mean? And it's, oh my God.
It's hard to enjoy a song because you're listening for every little piece.
Exactly.
Trying to put the puzzle together.
Exactly, and that's what I call the engineer's curse, if you know what I mean. And everyone that I talk to that is an engineer has that same curse. Really, really is. And they remember the very first song, track, whatever, that they ever heard, where that very first started to happen, you know what I mean? And believe me, hated it, and still do. Now, I got to be honest, it's not easy getting an interview with us here at Galaxy. In fact, it's almost impossible to get played on our station. Barbara gets about 200 submissions a day.
Wow.
So believe me, and she only chooses the best out of that, and then that goes through to production. Production and Barbara sort of whittle it down a little bit more, so because we've only got so many interviews in a week and so much time on air that we can be able to play your music. So it's got to come down. Then it goes to a board, 8 to 12 people on the board, and their only interest literally is our image. You know what I mean? It's got to fit our image and be good for us, which I never understood, because they employ me to do this job in the first place, the fools.
All right.
I'll stuff the image up straight away, but then once it's all got all of those boxes ticked, then Barbara brings it to me on a little USB device that I play in my car. Now, I do this for two reasons. First reason is, in my car, nobody can influence me on whether or not I want to do the interview. I get no information. All I get is the audio. Don't know who the band is. Don't know what the title is. Nothing. Just the audio. So I listen as an engineer and as a DJ to whether or not I'm going to do an interview with this particular band that's playing the music. I've got to let you know the second reason too is nobody else wants to drive with me.
Well, we really thank you very much. That's very humbling of you to say that, and
Appreciate you taking us for the ride.
really appreciate the opportunity. We really do. It means a lot to us. So thank you so much.
Well,
We want to thank the people out there requesting our music. That's just absolutely amazing. Thanks to you guys too. Thank you.
well, we get in the air for we know what the audience is going to listen for, you know what I mean? So we kind of get in tune with what would suit and what wouldn't suit our station, our image. And the reason why even Barbara won't drive with me, now check this out, her former husband, world champion car racer, goes sideways, right? Her son, former New Zealand champion, car racer, goes sideways. Her grandson, currently a champion, goes sideways. Won't get in the car with me. I like to go sideways too, you know. I do. And I got to be honest, when I first heard your music, and this is quite true, and I'm being very, very truthful with you, for somebody that doesn't drink often, every now and again I like to go out and get into because where we are, we've got a lot of forestry around us. So I go down through the fire breaks and do it rather quickly because I've got a little track that I drive through. It's quite familiar. But when I heard Hands Up, I literally pulled over. Very picturesque place too, by the way. Looks down through this gully, turned it back, wound it up, and cracked a cold one, and wanted to know more about this particular. I wanted to know more about you, but more importantly, I wanted to know about Hands Up. I love this track, and believe me, it's way up around the 5200 area where people are requesting this. This is making a huge inroad here at Galaxy. You better tell me all about this track.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Well, Hands Up. That song, believe it or not, the main riff to that song was in the works for, a bunch of years ago.
About the same time as anything.
About the same time as we wrote anything. It was kind of
criminal stuff.
Yeah, well, about that same era, we were kind of coming up with some riffs for that, but we set it aside because it was like, for some reason, it just wasn't gelling. It just wasn't working. And here, this last year, we started jamming, and we did, I don't know if you're aware, but we took a few years off. We took a little hiatus, and now we're back at it. And I pulled that song out again. I said, let's mess with this. And, just some fresh things, obviously, after having a little time and a little breathing space, a little fresh air. And it came together just like that. And
we took it up to Wisconsin.
We took it up to Wisconsin and turned it into a badass song, It's an anthem. It's a song about, kicking ass, doing your thing, and being you and going for it.
Well, I got to be honest with you, my friend, and I'm being straight up. Not only was it the first song that I heard of Paisty Jenny, but I think it's my favourite Paisty Jenny track right now. So, really, everybody is getting behind it. They really, really are. And I've got to congratulate you. It is moving. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's Paisty Jenny.
Thank you so much.
And Hands Up. So how you feeling, guys? You okay?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll wrap it up after this, but don't get... you're frozen. Somebody, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't go anywhere after this because the girls here are going to swamp the monitors and take photos and stuff like that. Barbara's going to put it all together in a movie and send you a copy of the movie for you to... I usually say, friends and family, they'll automatically love it because it's you guys, right?
Okay.
So show it to people you don't like.
Okay.
No, serious, because normally if you show it to people you don't like, they usually go, well, hell, I've got a band too, and it puts a fire under their tuchus, and they get in touch with us as well, you know what I mean?
There you go.
Barbara blames me for at least 35% of everybody contacting her because I keep saying, show it to people you don't like.
You guys have been great. We really
thank you
appreciate
so much.
it. And the statistics are incredible.
Wait until we finish this. I'll give you how many... we don't know whether it's people or devices. It has to be devices, of course, because it's clocked in, right? But we don't know whether there's 1, 10, 15 people in a room. You know what I mean? So I'll give you that number, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at that one.
Okay.
I really do.
We're already compliant.
Well, wait until we talk after this because the next step after this is just as fascinating. It really is.
Okay. That was a good song.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're joined, of course, by the band Paisty Jenny, and, well, okay, we don't want to go after a clothing store, we'll give it its own respect, literally. And fascinating band, fascinating. Now, I got to ask you guys, anything new in the can?
New stuff, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just got back from Wisconsin.
Yeah, we were just in the studio a couple weeks ago, and we are excited. A couple new tracks that are just smashing, and we got a couple other ones that are in the can that we're getting ready to do. We're going to go back to the studio and do a couple more, and then we're going to be ready to release a new EP. Yep.
So let me ask you, Greg. What's the chances of sending them through to us so that we can play, and maybe, just maybe, we can get back together and do yet another interview? Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, certainly. Absolutely. You bet.
Absolutely fantastic. Honestly, guys, we would love to be able to follow up and work with you guys, get to know you guys, follow your career, any shows, any promotions, anything like that we can help with. We would be more than happy to work with you guys, literally. Now, are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist page on Facebook?
Yes, sure enough. Yes, we are.
All I can say there is, it doesn't matter if you've got a new track, a new video, a new teaser, you're going to the opening of a shoebox. I really don't care, but use it, because the more times people see you, see your name, hear your voices, whatever, believe me, the more times people are going to find out who the hell you are. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. Yes, good to know.
Other thing is, I'm going to ask you is, how would you like to do me some bumpers, some voice drops?
Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Yeah. All of us can.
Awesome, awesome, because, again, the more times people hear who you are, the more people will follow you as well, if you know what I mean.
Sounds good.
The one other thing, too, is if you ever got a logo T-shirt or something, send it my way, because believe me, I know that people, while they're watching these interviews, they're on the interwebby thing finding out about the band that I'm wearing at the same time. It's subliminal.
What size do you wear?
I'll get Barbara to sort that out for you, literally, because she knows more about me than I know about me sometimes.
Okay.
And
What size shirt do you wear? What size shirt do you wear?
one with holes in it.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to disclose that later.
Yeah. What size? You're not going to say, are you? You're going to leave me hanging here now, aren't you? Can't answer a question. Thanks, Barbara. Gosh, it's nice to have a boss like that. It really is. But guys, we are going to have to wrap it up right now. But we'd love to be able to catch up again in the near future and actually follow your guys' careers and possibly even meet Cody. If you're going to let him come along and, be abused by me, that would be fun.
Yeah, we'll have him here next time. I promise.
Awesome. But believe me, as an engineer and as somebody who does PA work and stuff like that as well, I fully understand and wish him all the best with that. I hope he enjoys breaking down as much as I hated it, really.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody out there for tuning in. Thanks everyone. Thank you for the request. It means a lot.
And it's the first time I've ever been to Nebraska, so thank you for inviting us into your state. In the meantime, folks, have a very happy and successful day. We'll be back tomorrow morning after 5 o'clock for the breakfast show. Please join us then. And Barbara said it's going to be just after 5, so we'll see how that goes. You're right here at Galaxy. Happy Radio, everyone.